By the way, do you guys have a foreigner classmate? Wala kayong foreigner na kaklase?
Si Pacific, sir.
Is he also enrolled in laboratory? Wala pa kasi sa akin yung final class list.
Hindi ko lang po sure, pero kaklase po siya sa lecture.
Si Tuwagi. Check natin. Members. Wala pa yata siya. Not really sure if he enrolled lab. So as far as I know, I didn't enroll Tuwagi in our lab. So maybe he didn't enroll this one. Anyway. Right, so there are already 18, 19. So before we were 28, so 9 more. Okay, so while waiting for the others, do you guys have a question so far? Question
None, sir.
or concern or clarification? Right, so 24. So 4 more students. So hindi ko na alam kung sino yun kasi hindi ko na kayo chinek kanina. So before we were only 20. 20 or 21. So yeah, if you guys are already hungry, so you can eat while listening. So hindi ko naman malalaman eh. Since naka-mute naman kayo, naka-off naman yung camera, so you can eat. No problem. Enrolled si Pacific sa Canvas. Oh. So maybe hindi lang siya nag-join dito. So wait lang natin siya mag-join. Or could you guys please inform him so that he can join to our Zoom meeting?
Na-inform ko na po.
Okay, let's go.
Sali ko na lang po sa FB po.
Alright, sige. Ay, pero sige. Sali mo na lang, tapos i-approve ko na lang. Kasi ako lang pwedeng mag-approve eh.
Okay, sabi.
No pending members. Right, so 27. So wait tayo ng 1 minute. Baka nalik lang siya ng saglit. 27. Okay, so I think all of you are here already, so we may now continue our discussion. So is it recording? Yeah, it's recording. Okay, so as I'm saying a while ago, so you can create personas wherein that personas came from a real person, okay, or the behavior came from a real reference. Okay? Hindi lang basta fictional character. Okay. All right. So creating personas have the centered on user needs, experiences, behaviors, and goals. Okay, so na-mention ko naman na to kanina. All right, so next one is ideate. Okay, so this one is challenge, assumptions, and create ideas. So in here, you now try to challenge your ideas, okay, or on how to create such projects. So where do you start? How do you start? When to start? Okay, and what else? So basically, this is where you are thinking all of the things that you are going to do and how you are going to do. Okay. So the solid background of knowledge from the first two phases means you can start to think outside the box. So for example, you already have your scope, you have your limitation from here. So na-mention ko kanina na you should also have to cross-platform or cross-domain application. So from there, you should try to think of any related projects outside of your project. So from there, you might want to get some ideas or uh, process from those other projects or the things that is outside or the limitations of your project. Okay. So look for alternative ways to view the problem and identify innovative solutions to the problem statement you have created. So in here, brainstorming is particularly useful. Okay? So etong brainstorming na to, sobrang sakit sa ulo for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, lalo na kapag wala kang iniisip. Pero once you've come up with, an innovative, kasi ikaw mismo yung mamamangha sa sarili mo eh. Kung sakaling na-experience nyo na to, wow, sobrang henyo ko pala. Parang biglang mapupuri mo yung sarili mo. Wow, parang ako lang ba yung nakaisip na ito ng ganitong idea, ng ganitong solution, ng ganitong approach. Okay, hindi lang yung text-based. Kasi kadalasan sa atin, kung ano yung natutunan natin sa school, yun na yung i-apply natin. Which is not wrong. Okay? Proven na yung mga steps na yon, yung mga ideas na yon, mga methodology na yon. Sobrang ganda na naman, kaya meron yun hanggang ngayon. Pero pag nakagawa ka pa ng alternative ways, so, di ba, mas mabilis magagawa yung project kasi idea mo yon, you know how to execute it because you're the one who think of it, you're the one who invented how to do it and what are things that you're going to do. Okay? Oh, Mr. Pacific is already here. Okay, so hello, Mr. Pacific. So we have just finished our part 1. So just catch up to us. So anyway, that's just 6 slides. Right now, we are now in 7th slide. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right, so that's it for EDA. So in here, this is where you form how to create, when to start, how do you start, and so on and so forth. Okay. So dito lahat. All right, so the next one is prototype. This is where you start to create solutions. So as I mentioned a while ago, you don't need to, literally have a high cost expenses when it comes to prototyping. Yes, for some cases, maybe it's really expensive. We cannot avoid that one. But as possible, try to think a way wherein you will not spend a penny. Okay, you will not literally spend a peso in creating that project. So you can grab a lot of papers and then draw and then, have a prototype or visual prototype just like this one. Okay. He has a lot of paper wherein he's imagining this is an email, this is a bar wherein you can adjust the brightness or whatsoever, and so on and so forth. Okay. So this is the cartooning, okay, prototyping, but this is the actual, like for example, you're creating a software. So for example, this is the interface of your software. So you can have this, okay, paper, 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 paper. And then let's say, for example, if you click this book session, where will you go? For example, this part. And then if you click this blah, 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 I don't know, and then this is where you will go. So this is your way for you to present it to your customers. Okay, so you don't need to have an actual working project. So the good thing about this one is, for example, you have already created your prototype, but once you presented it to your customer, they didn't really like it. Okay, so the money that you have put into that prototype are already wasted. Okay, unlike if this one is paper prototyping, you've only spent maybe 100 peso or 200 peso, so not even thousands. So this is a good way for you to present your project, okay? And to know what are their feedbacks if ever this is what they will see and this is what they will do onto your project, okay? So this is an experimental phase. So the aim is to identify the best possible solution for each problem you have found from empathizing and then from defining those problems. So your team should produce some inexpensive scaled down versions of the product or specific features found within the product, okay? To investigate the ideas you have generated. So this could involve simply paper prototyping. It's like what I keep on saying until now, okay? So did you guys get this one so far? Prototyping? Hello? Are you guys still there or you guys are now eating? Okay. So we're almost done, okay, when it comes to 5 stages of design thinking. So of course, the last one is testing. So trying your solutions out. So evaluators rigorously test the prototypes. Although this is the final phase, design thinking is iterative. So as I keep on saying a while ago, uh, even though you're already in testing phase, so it doesn't matter that you will not be able to recreate or to revise your project anymore. So that is why we can go back as to the second stage as you want. If let's say you wasn't able to define your project properly, okay, or not, it's not that solid. Okay, so in here you can always go back to define and then ideate again and then prototype again and then test again. But if possible, in here in just in prototyping, this is you should think of those things carefully. Like for example, if your project is not that yet good, then you should go back and then define it again and then ideate and then prototyping it. So not when you are in testing phase. So this is one of the things that you should avoid when it comes to following the step-by-step process of design thinking. Okay, so you can have this one or you can have this one. So instead of going back to define, you can have this processing step. So you can ideate and then prototype again and then test. But mostly, once you have a solid, solid project or solid ideas, so you can now just always go back with this one on how to create it, what are the things that you need to do, or what are the tools that you'll be needing, and so on and so forth. Okay, so teams often use the results to redefine one or more further problems. So you can return to previous stages to make further iterations, alterations, and refinements to find or rule out alternative solutions. Okay, so I hope you were able to understand the step-by-step process of design thinking. So any questions so far?
Answer.
All right, so I hope the others have also understood it. Right, so moving on. So overall, you should understand that these stages are different modes which contribute to the entire design project. So rather than having a sequential step like empathizing, defining, ideate, prototype, or testing, you can have your own, okay? So for example, you want to, but that's quite weird, you're done in prototyping and then you will go back and then empathize to your customers again. So it's like wasting the ideas that you have already defined. But this is not, a mandatory step-by-step or sequential process. So you can do that if you want, okay? So your goal here is, throughout, is to gain the deepest understanding of the users and what their ideal solution or product would be, okay? So always put your place into a customer's perspective, okay? So you should aside or keep aside your assumptions and then deal with the assumptions of your customers. So once you're done with that, that's the time that you can now add your other ideas that you think that you can make your project a little bit more better. All right. So traditionally, designers focus their attention on improving the look and functionality of products, and that is where organizations prefer them to focus. So this is the traditional way. Okay? We tend to only focus on the functions and then design because those two are the most important part of the project. But design thinking, tools enable thinking beyond limits. Okay, so I won't be able to give examples because this one is beyond limits. So that's depending on your imagination and challenging existing conventions to create paradigm shifting solutions. So one very good example of this one is the taxi. So before we need to, use our hands and then say, para taxi please, stop, or any name that you call a taxi. So in here, they've actually created a project or an idea from the customer. So as you can see, instead of improving the air conditioning of the taxi, instead of having more better seats of your taxi, instead of what else? Faster way of driving, safer way of driving. Okay. So what really customers want is to have an application. Okay. So you can now reserve your taxi online and then call for a taxi with just one click, two clicks. I don't know because I have never used Uber before. So to those who have used Uber, how many or is that easy to use? Uber or what do you have this one? Grab. Yeah. The one that we have here in Baguio City is Grab. So is Grab application or Uber application easy to use? To those who have already experience using this kind of application.
Okay
Anyone?
naman, sir.
It's okay. So in just one click or two clicks, it's already done.
Sir, parang ganun. Pero sir, matagal yung waiting time for like the taxi
Waiting
to
time.
accept your...
I see, I see. So yeah, I guess they still need to improve their way of delivering their service. But Uber or Grab Taxi or any other company who's using this online application to reserve a taxi or to call a taxi is a booming business. So who would have thought that someone will invent this kind of application? So yeah, Uber, that is one. Simple yet that is what the customers want. So that is why it became so popular. And then businesses embracing design thinking. So businesses are embracing design thinking because it helps them be more innovative, okay? Because you're thinking out of the box, better differentiate their brands and bring their products and services to market faster. So why faster? Because you are already processing or you're already making it or you're already marketing it actually while doing the project because marketing it on the customers is the number one thing to have a successful business. And that is what you are already doing, okay? By empathizing your customer. So by working closely with the clients and consumers, it allows high impact solutions to bubble up from below rather than being imposed from the top. Okay. So yeah, it's correct that it's hard, but once you've come up with a good solution for that, then there is no way that you will not succeed because that is what the customers want. Okay. And then innovation as your toolkit. So who would have thought that innovation can be part as your tool? Why is it? Because innovating new ways is creating new tools or new ways to create such project. Like for example, if you were in a traditional way, like for example, creating a web design project, so you might use MySQL, HTTP, blah 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 servers, and you might use CSS, PHP, and any other languages that you can use, which is traditional already. So you are being limited, okay, by the tools that you can use. But what if you cross-platform? So cross-platforming or cross domain application is one of the important part when it comes to innovation, because in here you might be able to think a new way for you to create such projects, okay, in easier way and in faster way. So design thinking is a toolkit for innovation because times have changed, customers have changed, lifestyles have changed, the way we communicate has changed. So in order for a business to stay current, okay, we must move with these changes. So it's impossible to predict the future. Design thinking is like a map. You may not know from the beginning exactly where it will take you, but you can be confident that the destination will be innovative, relevant, and then amazing. Okay? So yeah, being innovative is one of the key points to have a successful project. Not just being limited, but of the things that you have right now. Okay. So here are the common problems upon innovation. So you're facing with an insurmountable task. So meaning, yes, since it's empathizing, you're having super many gigantic problems that you're facing right now. So it can seem insurmountable and overwhelming, like telling a novice to climb Mount Everest. Okay, so design thinking takes the challenge or problem and drills it down into small bite pieces or small size pieces rather. So it enables you to drill down to the core issues. So again, as I keep on saying, no matter how many problems you have, so all you need to do is arrange them and then count the similarities of that problem. So for example, this is the biggest problem that you have right now. So start with that, okay? Because that is the your foundation, okay? That is what the customers really want, okay? And then from that, you might expand that problems and then come up with solutions until you were able to solve everything, okay? So do not take it one time, big time. So all you need to do is find what is the core problems and then go for core solutions. So what if, so this is just another problem upon innovation. What if there is no market? So that is a no, no, no for design thinking. There is always a market in design thinking because that is the priority. So a common concern in developing a new product or service is, will there be a market? So design thinking involves the market from the get-go. In fact, before you even think about developing a product or service, you are already spending time with the market. So who is this market or what is this market? It is the customer, okay? Understanding their needs and the realities of their world itself. We are the one who's going to avail your project or avail your program rather or service. So you are already, you know, advertising it and then having a market strategy uh, while doing your project. So in essence, your market is working in tandem with you throughout the whole process. So from zoning in on the real problem to tweaking the solution throughout development. Okay. So the problem of having a market isn't a problem at all with design thinking. So it is never a problem because that is your priority. Okay, marketing. So this is because design thinking begins with and is rooted in people. Okay. Without people, there is no market. Without customer, there is no market. And that is our priority in this design thinking methodology, right? So again, design thinking is teaching you on how to fail fast, okay? So in reality, 8 out of 10 businesses fail. Design thinking eliminates the risk of ultimate failure by encouraging failure. So sound counterintuitive, right? So the truth is we learn far more failure than we could ever learn without it. So design thinking is systematically developed to encourage experimentation, coupled with prototyping and feedback, allowing to fail and fail fast, leading you to recognize and eliminate the weak areas so that you can ultimately succeed. So I actually like this one. So, but in school, that is not an option. Having a failing grade, meaning you're not really doing your best. You're not really trying to study at all. But in here, of course, you are in experimentation. So failing is okay. Okay, you can fail as many times, 100 times, 1,000 times, million of times, because you only need to succeed once. So once you succeeded with your whatever you're doing, then that's the start of becoming like the 2 out of 10 businessmen who didn't fail. Okay, so yes, some businesses, even though they have already think of their project or businesses thoroughly, you don't know what will the future bring to you. So in here, luck is also part of your becoming successful or not. Okay. All right. So breaks you out of the box. This is one good real world example. So design thinking breaks your preconceptions of what a good solution would be and unleashing new undiscovered possibilities. So a good example of this is Proctor and Gamble, which is this one, a company, PNG, who initially set out to develop a better cleaning detergent. So as you can see, most of their products are to clean, to clean. Some are pumpers, but that one is not to clean. But most of their products are to clean something. So they have toothbrush, detergent, etc., etc. So where are we now? So design thinking led them to realize customers didn't need another detergent on the market. Okay, so how did they know? Because they've applied design thinking. They've asked the customer, do you need a new detergent, a better detergent, a faster or easier way to clean detergent? So the customer answered no. No, we didn't need another detergent. So it led them to realize customers they need detergent on the market. So they need a faster, easier way to clean. Okay. So the result was the Swiffer, this one. Okay. It is a revolutionary new map which proved to be massively successful for them. Okay. So though I haven't used this one yet, but I guess this one is super effective. Maybe the cloth itself was invented or was really made for cleaning your floor. Okay, so that is one example on how to come up with a project or a service or a product or whatsoever. Okay, so here are my references for this module, and then that's it actually. So do you guys have a question so far?
No, sir.
Or any concern?
Answer.
All right. So
Answer.
one last thing. I've heard that Ma'am Teresa have already grouped you into 3, 4, 5. I didn't really know, but I just heard that the Ma'am Teresa already grouped you into how many? 5 per group or 6?
3 to 4 groups.
3 to 4
Sir.
people per group.
3 to 4 members.
All right. So there were 32, 37. There were 32. So if it's 3, then there would be at least 10, 8 to 10, 8 to 10 groups. So I would like you guys, one another question. Do you already have your canvas with you? I mean, course in your canvas?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So kung napapansin nyo, sa akin wala pa. Hindi ko lang bakit. Anyway, maybe hindi pa na-update sa akin. So, yeah. I will ask Ma'am Maris or maybe the MIS kung bakit wala pa sa akin yung soft design laboratory. Kasi dun ko ilalagay, Mr. Pacific is not capable in understanding Tagalog. Can you understand Tagalog, Mr. Pacific? No, okay. So, yeah, I will just inform you guys once I already have my course in my canvas so that you can propose your project. So the things that you'll be needing is the title, of course. Okay, so I don't know your groupings for now, but whatever is your grouping, use that as your group also in our laboratory. Okay, so brainstorm and then come up with a title of your project and then the purpose of your project, purpose or definition, okay. And then some related articles. So these related articles, so you should get this one from Google Scholar. Have you guys heard Google Scholar? So that is where some published documents or published articles that is very related to thesis are being uploaded. Okay, so visit Google Scholar. So you should get at least 5 related articles that is, helpful or related to your project. And then what else? And then I would like you guys to put the limitation, scope of the limitation. So you should put here as many limitation as you can, okay, so that we can focus what is the project that you're trying to create, so that you can limit the scope of it. And what else? Okay, just this one for now. So do this one with your other group members. Okay, so brainstorm. Of course, you have to brainstorm first and apply whatever. So I'm not requiring you guys to use design thinking, whatever methodology you want to use. Okay, I just gave you guys another way, how to approach a certain or how to create a certain project. Okay, so I've heard SDLC is the one that being presented by Ma'am Tere, but you can use whatever you want. All right, so I guess that's it. And then as soon as you have your title, purpose, and then the related articles, and then the scope of the limitation, so just write it, that one on maybe a notepad or a Microsoft Word, and then try to present that one to me. So the earlier, the better. Okay, once we have the proposal or the title up or whatever is the project that you're trying to propose, so and then I already approve it, then that's the time that you can start creating that software now. So again, yes, we are focusing the software. We are more focused on software, but we're not being limited by software. So you can integrate hardware if you want, or you can create dummy hardware. Like for example, a dummy sensor. So instead of having a real sensor, you're going to create a dummy, this one, dummy values or dummy informations. Like for example, this is a value or an information coming from the sensor or from the sensor or from the sensor. So what important is your project or your system is working with the use of those information that you are gathering from dummy sensors. Okay. So yeah. And then again, you can use any platform, any languages, or anything that you can think of. All right, so that's it for now. And then once I have the course in my canvas, so that's the time that we can have a proper proposal. But that's the time that you can have a proper proposal, because I cannot check it since I don't have my canvas with me or my course soft design in my project or in my canvas. So there is a direct message from Mel Update. So just to be clear, we will actually create. So this is a question from Mr. Mela. Sir, just to be clear, we will actually create the software application. Yes, you will actually create a software application. Okay, but it doesn't mean that it has to be a complicated application. So let me give you one good application that is being created by the past students. So we have here Edgar. So he's the one who created the petition form, okay, of your enrollment now, the online enrollment. So the thing that is happening with his petition form is whatever that is being uploaded into the, actually he used Firebase as a server, will be able to fetch by a certain application. So he has a server application that can count this, the list of students that will enroll this subject or who wants to enroll this subject. So as simple as that, you can have a very simple project, yet powerful, because that's what the customer or that's what the students need nowadays. So can it be a localized system like an inventory management system for a warehouse that doesn't need to be connected to the internet? I don't think so, because the main priority of this software design is, being connected with the IoT or the Internet of Things. So your project should be able to, throw data into the server. So it could be a Firebase, and then it will be able to fetch that data. So it should be online, if possible. But we'll see. Okay. Maybe I'll accept that if ever that project is really or doesn't really need to be connected on the internet. Do you guys have any other concern? What about SQL? Yeah, you can use SQL if you want. So I'm not limiting you guys to use the old way of doing things. So even me, I'm still using SQL. So I'm actually shifting little by little into Firebase or any other platforms that is free, of course, since we don't have money. So yeah, you can use SQL. Any other concern? So again, I'll repeat it. Do not create a complicated project, okay? You can create a very simple yet customer will really needing your project. Yes, it really depends on you what tools you're going to use. We will develop back end and front end. Yes, basically, but not to the point that a super finished product. As long as you were able to come up with a project wherein you were able to show the purpose of that project. So it doesn't need to be perfect. For example, JavaScript and jQuery. Yes. So again, it is completely up to you guys what language or tools you're going to use. So JavaScript or jQuery, so yeah, anything. If you want to create an Android project, why not? Any other concerns? All right, so if there is no more question or clarification, since we now only have 1 minute, so you guys may now go. And to those who has a question or clarification, so you may message me directly, okay? So have a happy lunch to all of you guys.
Sir.
Wow, 33. Sobrang dami natin. I really appreciate to those students who attended my class. So this is my first time having a 33 students. So mostly are 23, 20 to 25. Mostly are 10. Okay, so goodbye. And see you on my next announcement if ever we'll be meeting.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir.
Goodbye. Bakit Mr. John Lem? Kasama kayo talaga din ha? Alright, so goodbye guys. I'll be ending this meeting now.